Welcome to the Alabama Power Postgame Show after Alabama's 56-6 win over Charleston Southern in the Tin Horn game. Alabama never made it. It was never really interesting. It's kind of the appetizer for the Iron Bowl. Say it what it is. John Talty, my partner here. What are your thoughts coming out of this week?
Yeah, I mean, this is a game that we expected Alabama to win pretty easily. They did that. I think that when you come out of this, there were no injuries. That's big. You got to see some young guys play, Buff Scarborough, Damian Harris, probably some of the younger guys that are going to get a lot of attention coming out of this game. Cyrus Jones made some big plays. It's just one of those games where, like, Alabama looked good, which makes everybody feel happy, but there's only so much you can really read into it. But I guess in the one sense, just that they do have some positive momentum going into the Iron Bowl, and that's always a good thing.
Yeah, I think it served every purpose that Alabama fans, Nick Saban, everyone wanted to see. That the biggest stat is 0 in terms of injuries. Nobody was hurt. You got to rest Dominic Jackson, right tackle. He's been playing the last few games with a sprained ankle, but was banged up in practice this week, so they gave him some time off. It's pretty common with this game. Nick Saban says they normally play lackluster, was his quote, in games like this, but they came out and just took it to him 49-0 at halftime, scored every first half possession except for the last one that was a 2-play right after a punt. So did everything they were supposed to do. The big speech of the week, the Tin Horn, Charleston Southern, Georgia Southern, the option offense, everyone was, he was worried about that. No reason to be worried. I think 85 yards rushing, at -4 after the first quarter. So the option offense was never really an issue for them tonight.
No, it wasn't. As you said, I mean, a lot of the yards that they did get were kind of late in the game. I mean, they had negative yards for, I think it might have been -7 or something. They had a lot of negatives early on. Cyrus Jones was one of the guys who did a good job. Defensive front pretty much did what it's done all year and kind of shutting them down. Couldn't do anything really passing the ball until that one late play. So overall, defense absolutely did its job. There was that one late play that I think Jabril Washington got beat on that I'm sure made some guys mad that they didn't get the shutout in this game. But overall, I mean, there's not a lot of negatives you can get from this game because they did what they had to do.
Nope. So now it's Auburn week. It's Iron Bowl week. Returning to the site of the kick six. All the storylines you want to talk about. The biggest thing is it's for the SEC West title for Alabama. They need to win that game, and they're going to Atlanta. So, I mean, your early thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Alabama was hoping that Ole Miss would lose today and they could have locked it up today, but instead they will have to win against Auburn or hope that Ole Miss loses against Mississippi State. But I think this Alabama team, as I said earlier, has a lot of good momentum heading into this game. They've done a better job this year in terms of stopping the kind of offenses that Auburn has. They really haven't gotten beat up the way that they maybe had in the past. The only one game they had was Ole Miss, and there was a lot of weird stuff that happened in that game. And so Auburn's kind of looked shaky at best. And so, at least when you think just from the outside, like Alabama should be in good shape for this game. But, I mean, as you know, rivalry games, weird stuff can happen.
Throw out the records, right? Hear that every time. So that'll be it for us tonight. Michael Casagrande, John Talty. This was the Alabama Power Postgame Show.